Hey, did you know that YouTube is the world's second largest search engine? Yet, most businesses still aren't using it. My name is Matias, you're watching the Nerdgate Media YouTube channel, and this is our first video, so welcome to the channel. At Nerdgate Media, we help businesses use YouTube to grow their audience and generate leads. And today we're going to talk about why your business should be on YouTube. So most business owners know that Google's important and SEO is important, and most business owners know that video is important. And YouTube kind of puts the two together. You see, YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. So YouTube has over 2 billion active users per month, and about 122 million people watch YouTube daily. So YouTube as a social media platform has this massive audience reach that's second only to Facebook. And the reason that people say it's the second largest search engine is because people use it to search with intent, meaning they're actively searching for solutions on YouTube. You may have found this video through a YouTube search. So just like a Google search, this means that when people are searching for content on YouTube, they're primed for whatever your business is ready to offer them, whatever value your business provides to them. Now, YouTube is a video platform, which means you get to post videos on it. And video has this thing where you get to put a real person in front of a camera, and that helps build trust between the viewer and the person on the camera. It helps the viewer feel like they know the business more because they're starting to get to know the person that is on the video. It's also a lot easier to explain concepts through video because that's how we talk, that's how we interact in real life. So for a lot of people, it's more natural to learn something and retain information through video rather than reading a blog post or reading a graphic on Instagram or something like that. This is also one of the reasons why short form video is so popular in social media right now, but we'll focus on long form because that's really where YouTube shines. With long form video, you are able to explain a lot of information. And because people spend so much time watching that information with you, they build a lot of trust in you, and it builds your credibility. If you're watching this video, you've probably watched a few YouTube videos before. So think about how do you feel about certain businesses where you tend to watch more of their videos. If you've been watching a specific channel's videos for a really long time, think about the amount of trust that you have in that channel or the amount of familiarity that you have with the hosts of that channel versus, a business that you just see a sign for out in the street somewhere on a billboard. You can use video to connect with people and build that sort of relationship with them. And the fact that YouTube has so many users and it allows users to actually search for the thing that they're looking for makes it prime for being able to serve a video to the audience member that you're looking for. But it does require a little bit of work, right? It does require you to be able to make a video, to make videos consistently, and to have an idea of how to post it on YouTube to where it's going to get discovered by your audience members. So it can feel like a big undertaking. I think that's why a lot of local businesses don't use YouTube yet. But there are businesses that are starting to discover the value in it. Real estate is a really good example. There's a lot of real estate companies that are on YouTube because real estate is a very visual thing, right? As humans, we love looking at houses. Whether we can afford a house or not, we just love looking at them and fantasizing about living in like this dream home. And so real estate is a great place to do video because you're able to show a house to somebody. But then on YouTube, you can also use YouTube's audience reach and that search function to target people who are maybe looking to move to your city. So let's say you are a real estate company in Austin, Texas or something, and somebody wants to move to Austin. What are they going to do? If they're a YouTube user, they're going to go on YouTube and they're going to search, what types of neighborhoods are there in Austin? Where's the best place to live in Austin? What does a $400,000 home look like in Austin? And if you're a real estate company that's covering all those topics, you're going to be the ones that show up when that user searches for those videos. And that user is going to watch those videos. They're going to get interested in the Austin real estate market, and they're going to associate your real estate business with that market. So then when they're looking to move there, they might give you a call because they know you, because they have this relationship with you now that they've watched, 4 or 5 of your videos and learned so much about the area through you. So that's just an example. Another one might be medical services. There are a good amount of doctor's offices, dental offices, because video is a really good way to get people to understand some medical procedures, for example, that might seem scary. Maybe going to the dentist to get a filling is super scary. And you can use video to show that it's not scary and that it can actually be a pleasant experience. And if you are the dentist's office in Raleigh, North Carolina, that is showing that the process is not scary and people like your video and find your video, a percentage of those people are going to be in North Carolina. And guess what? Those people who find your video are probably searching something like, how scary are dental fillings? And so they might find your practice and they might be like, oh, well, this place doesn't make it seem as scary. They make it seem as more pleasant. I might give them a call and see if they're available, you know? So those are some examples of businesses, local businesses that might be using YouTube in an effective way. And YouTube is organic social media, meaning that it's controlled. You control what goes out there and it's free. Uploading to YouTube is free. Maintaining a YouTube channel is free. You just need to have the time and some of the technical skills to do it, but it's not really that hard. If you have an iPhone, you can record yourself, talking to the camera and upload that to YouTube, no problem. It's super easy. You don't need expensive gear. A modern smartphone will do. Simple editing tools. You can use like CapCut. You don't need to get Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or anything crazy like that. And then analytics are relatively easy too. If you're really into analytics, you can dive deep into your channel's backend and see what's going on. But YouTube Studio does a really good job of showing you the important items right on your dashboard and making them easy to understand. And of course, there's a lot of YouTube tutorials too on how to read those analytics, how to improve them, how to make your channel better and optimize for discoverability and lead generation and that sort of thing. We'll be making some of those videos too. By the way, if you're finding this useful or if you have any questions, just drop a comment down below. So YouTube, being that it's free, it's obviously super affordable and it's trackable. And when it comes to view counts, you don't even need that many views, honestly, to get leads. When a lot of people think about starting a YouTube channel, I think they think about, how can I be the next Mr. Beast or the next Veritasium or Ryan Trahan or something like that, where they have, millions of subscribers, whether they're an entertainer or an educator, and they're reaching this broad, massive audience where their videos get millions of views. You don't need that. Most businesses would really benefit from being very targeted with their videos. Just like you would target ads, or you probably do your targeting for your other organic social media content, right? You are thinking of a very specific audience member and you want them to find your video because they are very much more likely to actually use your services. So going back to our examples, if you are a real estate company in Austin, Texas, you are probably going to make videos for people who are interested in moving in and out of Austin, Texas. If you are a dentist office in Raleigh, North Carolina, you're probably going to be making videos for people who need dental work or who have questions about dental work in Raleigh, North Carolina and surrounding areas. And this gets into the sales part a bit, but if you have a good offer, you only need, a few hundred views on a video to get some leads out of it. If you get 300 views on a video and you get 5% leads from it, that's 15 leads. And you might get that many leads from a video because if you're targeting right, these are high intent users watching YouTube, right? They are searching for the thing that they have questions about or that they're looking for. So as a business, getting results from YouTube doesn't require huge numbers. Unless you're an entertainment media company, that's a whole different thing. So how do you get started? One of the easiest ways to get started making content on YouTube is to think about the frequently asked questions that you get. You could take every one of those frequently asked questions and turn them into a video topic. If you're a dentist office, maybe people ask you, how does the cleaning work? There you have a video. And one thing I would say with a lot of these is there's always enough of an audience for content. And you should never be afraid to repeat your content because of the way that algorithms work on organic social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever, Facebook, and the way that audiences behave on those platforms, and also the number of people on those platforms. You don't really have to be afraid of repeating content. Most people are not going to see every single one of your videos, and that's okay. But the more videos you put out there, the more people are going to see you show up and associate you and your business with a specific topic. So if you are a dentist office and you're thinking about a simple video like, do dental cleanings hurt? Don't worry if there's a bunch of other videos out there that are talking about the same thing, because you putting that video out there is still going to raise your credibility. And it might not be the video that you use for discovery, but you're probably gonna make another video that is specific to discovery that's gonna send people to your channel specifically, or your video might go viral, you never know, and then that might be your discovery video. But either way, when people land on your channel eventually, or they discover your channel, they're going to see that you're covering the fundamentals, like do dental cleaning cert. And if people like your personality and they start forming that relationship with you, they're going to watch that video because they're going to want to know. And then that's going to build your credibility, it's going to build trust with them, and it's going to make them more likely to reach out to you or go to your office if they're local. So don't worry about repeating content that's already out there. The most important thing is to just get started making videos. So a really easy way to get started is to start thinking about those frequently asked questions and just make a video about those topics. And if there's anything that's particularly important to your location, especially if you're a local business, make videos about that location because that's a really way to narrow the search down to you. Another tip is to show, not tell. So if you have a chance to show footage of something instead of talking to the camera about it, do that. If you're doing a dental cleaning video, show some video of a dental cleaning. If you are talking about houses in Austin, go to some houses in Austin and take video of those houses and put them in your video. Do a walkthrough. Another tip is to think about how to optimize your titles and thumbnails. One of the easiest ways to do this is to just search other businesses in your niche or other businesses making similar videos. Find those best performing videos and then see what their thumbnails and titles look like and just do something similar. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but when you're just starting out, there's nothing wrong with copying what somebody else is doing. That's kind of how we start anything, right? We learn from others, and we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We should just look at what's working and do that. And then as you get more practice, as you upload more, you'll get better at making better thumbnails and coming up with better titles. And then slowly you'll start making them your own. Another tip is to encourage interactions. This is actually a great place to use your CTAs, your call to actions. There's 5 places that you can add a call to action in your video. You can put a call to action at the beginning of the video, you can put a call to action in the middle of the video, you can put a call to action at the end of the video. You definitely should do that. You can also put a call to action at the top of your description, and you want it to be at the top so that it's visible even before people click on see more on YouTube. That way they see it right on the top line and it's easy for them to, click on whatever link you might put on there or whatever. And you can put a call to action as a pinned comment on your video. And that pinned comment will show up at the very top of the comment section. And again, the goal here is to make it as easy as possible for somebody to see, understand, and react to the call to action. And then final tip for getting started is be consistent. When you're just starting out, it's way better to make a bunch of videos and find your voice while you're doing that than it is to try to make the perfect video that one time. Because if you strive for perfection that first time, you're not going to get it. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to get discouraged, and it's going to take a bunch of work for you to get there. And then when you go to make the second video, you're going to think, oh, that took so long to make the first video. I don't know if I want to do this week. I don't have time. And then you lose that momentum and you lose the consistency. Uploading consistently is not only going to make you better at making videos and at the upload process, but it's also going to help the algorithm figure out your video content better. The algorithms nowadays are really good at serving videos to the right audience member. So the more information that you give it, the better job it's going to do at putting your video in front of the right person. So I hope that you're feeling ready to start using YouTube as your lead generation and audience growth machine. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. And we're going to make more videos like this. So if you want to keep learning about how to make YouTube work for your business, hit the subscribe button, maybe the notifications button so you don't miss the next video. And I'd love to hear in the comments what's one thing that your business could teach on YouTube. That'd be a great place to start with your first video. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.